Yeah, welcome to another edition of the Rugby Africa Cup Match Day Preview.
Wait, you removed the kasong, man.
Why?
That kasong is nice.
Okay, let us go.
Start it again. Yeah.
Dexta.
Wait, I like this kasong,
That's
man.
what it means to come from the village of Kabare in the cold hills. But anyway, like we were saying, Rugby Africa Cup 2025 Match Day 3
Bakari.
review. Why are you cussing on our thing? Preview rather, not review. Here with some interesting gentlemen. It's been a long day, so if you see us really going freestyle on this, we want to talk rugby, but we want to also make sure that we are getting done with this because there's a lot to talk about. Busy week, not the best of circumstances for the hosts, but anyway, we'll get into that. Ruben is the name. On my right is Mukama Kenneth
Katendeko.
Katendeko, man, I forget your names. Me, I know Dexta.
Dexta
The whole
as well.
world knows Dexta.
Dexta also works,
the
yes.
brand.
What's Katengeko?
It's not a brand. It's a name.
On my left is Dexta is a fellow fat cat. On my left is Mr. Syrus Ssebuliba. Cyrus, what's your new role these days? You have had so many roles: director of rugby, director of nutrition, head cheerleader.
My role is still the same. I'm still a coach at Impis.
Yes.
Nothing has changed. I've never been director of rugby though.
So you're coach at Impis. All right. Of course, we are happy to have coach at Impis here with us. Congratulations on your promotion back to suffering in the top flight.
Thank you.
Are you guys ready?
It wasn't an easy one, but glad to be back with the big boys.
Just make sure they don't poach your players. Yes, I'll tell you. These Cobs Pirates,
You can't poach players who can't make a national team. Let's be realistic.
But anyway, yeah. This conversation is powered by Rock Boom and also brought to you by Nile Special. So as we have these conversations, make sure that you're enjoying your energy drink of convenience, which is Rock Boom, and also a Nile Special. Also make sure that you hydrate while you're enjoying these beverages because we want you to stay healthy and strong as you are enjoying these products. But yeah, gentlemen, let's go through a little bit of a recap of match day 2. As usual, the Uganda rugby fans have not been amused. There's been a lot of banter that has been going around. We have seen, of course, the first game of the day, Ivory Coast, Senegal. It was a Senegal win in that West African derby. Then Uganda met Morocco in a game where Morocco first gave us some Bazita Sumagiza, quick jabs, and were unable to come back, thinking that we'll always come back from behind. Then the blockbuster games of the day, the semi-finals, where we had Algeria taking on who did Algeria take?
Namibia.
Yes, Namibia. Namibia winning that one despite Algeria being stubborn, and then the final one, the big one of the day, which was Zimbabwe taking on Kenya in a very, very good game, but Zimbabwe walking away with that particular one. Let me start with you, Coach Syrus, because this guy, he's not a coach anyway.
That's a senior coach, what I say.
Where? What papers does it? Okay, he has the papers,
He has
but
championships.
what's his portfolio?
He has championships in the schools league, sir.
We'll talk about
Back
that.
to back.
We'll call him when we're talking about schools league. Anyway, what was your reflection of match day 2 and all the occurrences that happened?
Generally, or just the Uganda game?
You can go game by game a little bit if you remember any of the games, but also you can choose to focus on which games you want to focus on.
Unfortunately, I didn't watch the first game of that day, but the rest of the 3, I managed to watch most of them. I would like, first of all, to put it across that the gap between the so-called big nations and the rather smaller nations is closing, and it's getting more and more competitive across the Rugby Africa platform, because most of the scores were not more than 10 points, more than 20 points. So just shows you how much all the nations have improved, by the way. Despite what most people are saying, all the nations have improved.
Does that include Uganda?
Yes.
What's
Yes,
Uganda's biggest improvement this campaign, sir?
I think personally, the way I look at it is the level of competition increases in a World Cup year. It's not the same as, for example, last year. I don't think if last year Zim beat us by 2 points, right?
2 points, yeah.
Do you think it would have been the same if we played them this year? Probably not, but
It could have been worse.
yeah.
So what you're
We
trying
could have beaten them.
Of course, a rugby game.
what you're trying to explain to me is probably we have remained at the same level. At least that's how I'm understanding it. While the rest of the nations have really improved, because we are seeing Senegal seems to be on a different level. But also, I think what helps many of these teams and where they have been very intentional, they don't have active local leagues like Uganda.
Yeah, true.
But they seem to have a lot of their players playing in France, especially for those francophone nations. Senegal even has a player who once featured for France, but just changed nationality.
True.
His name is Wilfried. I need to get that second name. I don't know why it has been bothering me so much, but just know that Algeria, you look at Morocco, you look at Senegal,
Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
a bunch of their players play in France. Yes, you may not have any local connection or local identity, but their players are trying to get the job done, at least for Morocco, who have just come back into Tier 1A, and then you're seeing Algeria and what they have been able to do, pushing for 2 years straight. And the rest, and Senegal, I think, has really, really improved.
Yeah, but which begs the question. If, for example, Morocco that beat us has most of their players in France, and that was in the Ugandan league, someone would say, what did you expect?
Are you trying to say that players in the local league cannot have the quality to get the job done?
I'm actually not saying that. What I'm trying to say is look at it from both ends. These are probably semi-pro players. I wouldn't think ours are pro. Maybe probably have Adrian and Philip as the major pros, but then the rest probably not. So think of it from that point of view, you know. So, but we've faced these nations before and beaten them. So it's more complicated than most people think.
Yeah, so the Senegalese player I was talking about is called Wilfried Houkpatin. He was playing as a prop for France. He played with the likes of Cameron Walkie, Gelonche, Carbonel,
And that's such
Jaminet.
against, you know.
Interestingly, when he came to Senegal,
He's not a loose.
he's a loosey.
He's a loose forward.
He can go back to prop if shit is tight.
He's an eighth man.
You see, when
What does that tell you?
you're a superstar and you decide where you want.
Wait, Ruben. That's the guy we're playing on Saturday. Oh, okay.
You're playing Ivory Coast.
Hey, I was going to.
Next year, they'll be playing.
I was going to say that's age grade disability.
Guys,
You can't.
Okay, let us quickly get this Uganda game out of the way in some short words. What do you guys think was the problem in that Morocco-Uganda game? What you saw?
Just before I tell you what I thought, I just want to recap how I was watching that game with the regular President Fat Cat, Mr. Wawire Edwin, and Edwin was telling all and sundry that Uganda was going to put 40 on Morocco.
I think we all thought that.
Me, I'll speak for Edwin. He thought it was going to be 40, and then even had a score for Morocco, 18.
I didn't think we were going to put 40.
Even he gave 18.
Hey, he gave 18. And when the game started,
You guys.
Morocco, as every other team has done, besides Kenya, I guess, but in the past, they started quick and put points on board very quickly. And they said, no, guys, relax. We got this. They put the next on board. Hey, so we're coming. But for me, with the way Morocco started is identical. Or it's what Uganda does. We like to sit back. I don't know why we are slow starters. I mean, perhaps I don't know whether we underestimate opponents or we overly give them so much respect. it's just hard to put a pen on, to just identify that this is actually the issue, because pound for pound, Morocco, who were going with them, who could take them on. Even against Kenya, we took on Kenya. I don't think the script, despite the scoreline at the end, with the way the game started and how it ventured out, that's not the script everyone expected, But then for Uganda's issue, to be honest with you, I still don't understand why we tend to start slow. But I must say this. I have noticed this, and I've said this before, not on the pod, but in my own circles, that when you look at the league, usually, you tend to notice that teams, let me highlight games. Pirates versus Heathens. Pirates, the game at Kings Park, they started slow, really slow. Heathens put a lead and then they thought they had taken it, and then Pirates came back flying out of it and then took it. What's the other game? The final had Pirates stamp their authority on it, and then Hippos clawed back and sort of almost overtook them. But for me, it's similar. I mean, there's that trend of we tend to lean back and then we wait and then we want to chase games. Cobs has done it. We did it against I support Cobs. We did it against Pirates, at Legends. We did it, then chased the game, then took a game on, and then Pirates had nothing in the back for them to take on. So I don't know whether it's something that we are used to doing, that we prefer with practice games. If I'm to look back into the schools, high schools thing, the guys that want to perhaps sit back and wait, you get morale. So I don't know whether it's that, but that didn't look good for us.
Syrus, your thoughts on the Uganda game?
I know Dexta has talked about our stats, but to be fair, I think against Kenya we started quite well, guys. We kept them off the scoreboard for almost 15 minutes, right? We had try scoring opportunities that we didn't use. We're in the 5 for a bit. At least in that aspect of the game, considering how we've been playing, for example, there's a game at Kings Park where we played Kenya and the game was done the first 20 minutes.
No, but
like they had put points.
But you see, that game, why I'm hesitant to just rely on that Kenyan game as a start, is that when you look back
generally
games back of Uganda,
facts.
6 games, that's how we always start.
Yeah, but for that, they worked on that. You have to credit the coaches and the players, so we started well. We had try scoring opportunities that we didn't use. Probably, if we score in those first 5-10, probably a different game, aside the start now, generally the Uganda game against Morocco. A bad start. Let me probably put it in from a coach's perspective. You can prepare players all the best way you can, have their minds right, prepared the whole week, worked on various things, set pieces, whatever. And then the match day comes and some players just look sharper than others. I feel that happens. Of course, that shouldn't happen considering we've come off a loss. But it happened, unfortunately. To be fair to the players, they picked themselves up, put pressure on Morocco. We just didn't get points. Now, they're not getting points brings in the question that everyone is asking themselves about the decision making on the pitch that day, and why players kept going to the line out, which by the way we lost some balls earlier in that game. I don't know if you guys realize
that game. First of all, that game, the way I see it, first the speed that Morocco chose to play was crazy. Really their offload game was epic. They kept running. The first man tries to run into the first space and always offloads as if telepathically knowing that the next guy is going to be there, and they kept doing that. So
chemistry
we never got any chance to even realign every time they were trying to attack. Exactly. So they got quick tries from us in that regard. Then, of course, they're the bigger side. We struggled yet again in another game from a collision point of view that, man, we can't defend, and somehow we are waiting for guys to run at us instead of actually blitzing and maybe meeting them. But then again, somehow we're not playing territory right, that we reach a certain point and we are pinned in our half. We can't play rugby out of our half. I don't know if now all of a sudden we feel like we want to start initiating the attacks from our half, and then find them. We go to them. We go with them to the other side. But then, instead, I felt like it's even better for you to see how to spot with the kicks, and maybe perhaps defend from that side and force the pressure that side. But we did not do that. But then also, when we tried to attack, the first 2/3 of the pitch, we actually playing well. The set pieces were working out. When it comes to the final third, it seemed, of course, after the quick 2 tries that were conceded, now they decided, I think they threw out the window that we're not kicking anymore. Let's go for the line out so that we get the 5-pointer. We get the set piece, the line out, we cannot gather, not even at 2. We get a scrum, the ball comes out. There's that dominant period where we had about 3-4 scrums, where perhaps I thought maybe they should have kept it in for maybe to milk a penalty try. But then the ball came out, goes through Nkore's legs. Another time, Wanyama pulls it out. He hesitates on whether to go for the long pass, or I don't know if he was trying to come back. So we seem indecisive, and we seem like there's pressure to execute in that final third.
I think it's a case of inexperience at that level.
These guys played last year, majority of them. Which inexperience are you
There
talking
is
about?
playing, but then there is having that regular kind of game time of those kinds of games.
I actually want to support Dexta.
Yeah, because let's look at this in a more realistic manner. The guys you're playing against are used to playing these kinds of games where there's high level of intensity, quick ball play, movement.
Yeah.
Now,
Quick
you're talking about defense, the blitzing, the quick attack. Where our league, we play our Ugandan game. You will wait for a guy, you will size him up. We are small chaps, you will bash him.
Yeah.
You get?
There's
So
no
you have
pressure.
that confidence that I can always take on a guy. Big as he is, I'll wait for him, I'll take him on.
You have-
But
you have
if
time.
that's the defense we are using, I'm not saying that's what we're using.
Yeah.
If that's the defense we're using. So you carry that mentality as well into such an international sport. Into the international arena. You're used to, these guys are used to playing. They know if you wait, man, that's for me, that's quick. I'm going to run. Not through you, but next to you, and I'll release. Next to you, and I'll release. And we are suffering from that. If I look at it, I was reading up on the Kenyan scrum half. If you watch that game against Zimbabwe, the guy was head and shoulders above his players. He really put up Asati, I think.
Yeah.
Asati.
Asati.
And I was seeing his post-game remarks.
class, bro.
Yeah, really class. And he was coming off the back of HSBC
Yes. Yep.
Sevens, and then he said when they went for camp in South Africa, I think they had a month there. They had time to gel with the 15 setup.
Yeah.
And this for them, for someone you would think that's going to be tough. I mean, you're coming from sevens to 15s, but of course you've been playing. You're a rugby player. You play both codes. But then a comment he made was that them getting to understand one another without having to necessarily see themselves as strangers to the game. And I mean, we only have 2 professional players. I don't know if they're professional. Semi-pro? Professional.
They are professional.
Professional.
Yeah.
Professional. In a team of 23, we only have 2 players. Look across the board, and what you started by saying, the Moroccans, the Tunisians. I mean, when we were in Tunisia, funny story, Philip Okorach has a friend who plays with him on the same team. I think he's Ivorian. They just crossed the Mediterranean Sea. Quick, came to watch a game and flew out. Like at this time, they were flying out after the game. I didn't back to France for the game, and it's that easy, that kind of easy interaction with this top end. And the Tunisians, you remember, were playing against. That's 2023. They were flying just across the channel. Then some tell you, no, tomorrow I'm going to go train in the morning, and I'm coming back for the game this side. So you have that level of setup of the kind of players you have, and then you have these guys who are here locally based. We don't even have any guys across in Kenya, for instance, anymore. So what does that say about the kind of guys you're going to play against? We are really stacked up against a huge mountain.
Okay, that's interesting. And I think since we're in Uganda, let's transition properly into our 7th, 8th placement game. Of course, as you can see, the gentlemen are enjoying their Nile specials, and
Sorry for interrupting. But on that issue that Dexta has raised of experience, I'll give an example. Guys were talking about Massa having his first cup for 15s, right? Probably was one of our best players in the first game, right? Talk of a guy like Ian. Of course, he has played in high pressure games he has, but that's sevens.
Sevens.
Exactly. Of course,
You
in
have
the,
to make-
in the local league, 15s he has played them, but then at that level, I don't think he has.
Meeting the guys that you're playing against.
Exactly. It's a different level of intensity in 15s. And what guys also don't understand is that sevens level of freedom and time can stick to you if you've played sevens a long time. And when you make the switch, you spoke of Asati, making the switch is not easy. Because I'll give an example during the game. And I'm not trying to
But you guys are saying the switch is not easy. These guys in there, when they are not playing sevens at home, they were playing 15s.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but to make my point, I'll give an example of Aaron and Ian, for example. And I'm not trying to say they're bad players or because they're one of our best. Because personally, I would also pick Ian to start in any game. But I'll give an example of, and he has done it even in the league. They've intercepted some of those balls. They skip passing, right? The cross kick, not bad, smaller pitch probably. Adrian scores, but then one phase more or two, a guy is just walking to the try line, right?
So you think though? That defense
I looked
had
at the
jabbed.
video.
The defense had refused.
No, I get what you're saying.
Till we bang a knock on.
Yeah, the defense had refused. I mean,
No, what I mean is, and your coach, you know what this means. Patience in the 5. Where are we skipping or rushing? You look at all the other teams. Phase. Even if it means making 10, 15, make them.
that's the experience I'm talking about,
Exactly.
man. You lack it.
Exactly. Which is
to
the
know
point
that I can.
Which is the point I was making.
Yeah.
About at that level, you need to have a calm head. You need to be intentional. You need to be cutthroat. When you get the opportunity, use it. It's that simple. And I'll use the same example. Of course, it's a different level, but this is something you also teach young boys as they're coming to the league, right? You tell them what you've been playing in high school. Yes, it's good. It has taught you a lot, but here, it's about being cutthroat. Can you, Coach Cartoon, you actually used to use this? Can you use a knife and slit a throat and see the blood? It's that simple. At that level, you know. So if we can't do that, actually the best example that we have is Philip.
Impis guys, eh?
No, wait. The best example we have is Philip. In the 5, you're not stopping him, right? You're not. He gets that ball in the 5. With the right angle he has run, you're not stopping him, and that's a strength he has. Maybe that's something some of our players should start looking up to. You know, it's some people can say it's probably a natural instinct, but you can't train it.
The one thing I know about Philip will always get his even when the team is not playing well. But then you've seen that against Kenya and also Morocco somewhere in the first half, there was where he was also being locked out.
Yeah, because they know him.
Like, bro, in the Kenya game, that first half, 2 guys
exactly carried him back.
But anyway, guys, are going against, first and foremost, we're playing Ivory Coast. Now, let me even first quickly go through those match day 3 lineups or matchups so that people are well aware of what we need, what we are supposed to be doing. Yeah, but one thing I do know is something that caught people's attention was the time Uganda is playing at. So, yeah. So the day starts at 10 a.m. We're going to be having Senegal taking on Morocco, which is ideally the 5th, 6th placement game, and then at midday we'll be having Algeria taking on Kenya. And then at 2 p.m., Ivory Coast will be taking on Uganda. Keep in mind, Algeria and Kenya, which is at midday, is a semi-final game. The game, Uganda and...
semi-final game? What do you mean semi-final game?
Algeria and Kenya is a semi-final... I'm confused, sorry.
Hey.
Anyway.
It
must be the whatever. The Nile special. Anyway,
don't blame.
Okay, let me reorganize my thoughts. So Senegal and Morocco are playing the first game at 10 a.m. That is the 5th, 6th placement game. Then 3rd and 4th, which ideally would have been before the final, is going to be played at midday. Then 7th, 8th is going to be played at 2 p.m. That's Ivory Coast and Uganda. And then 4 p.m., the big one, the final, which is for position 1 and position 2, and a World Cup spot for the winner, Namibia taking on Zimbabwe. So, but the communications, especially those that we got today, were that in the event of whether even if Uganda had performed how, they were still going to play that game before the final. Do you think it's a justified thing, or man, are we?
What's the reasoning behind it?
I think
it's really simple, actually, guys.
What is it?
What's the most important? What are the most important games?
The final.
Then
the final.
More than it's more important than the relegation battle.
Other guys also are there to watch their teams. Kenya fans traveled.
So the relegation battle is what, a final as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Bro, we can't go back, man.
And you go back, it doesn't change the fact that you're supposed to play first.
No.
I think it's a
7th, 8th player.
I think it was a level of it's simple.
But I think it's a commercial thing, though. Don't you think?
Also, yes.
That man, which Ugandan fan was going to come at 10 a.m. after all the performances there?
I would be there. I would be there actually at 8:30 a.m.
You have to be there because it's your job.
No, it's not my job. I love watching Uganda play. What do you mean?
Fat cats, you have to be there.
No,
of course.
Also, we love
for
Uganda,
the camera,
yes.
just so you know. Whenever Uganda is playing, it doesn't matter whether it's at 10 a.m., whether it's at 10 p.m.
We'll wake up.
I will watch that game. I don't know about Ruben. Ruben, what's your problem? What kind of patriot are you?
We were watching Uruguay here when they broke our hearts.
Hey, where were you?
Sorry, German.
I've been watching these games. Why are you complaining?
Actually, now that you mention it, I've remembered the game against Morocco. Where were you?
I was in the general stands. I've been watching all my games from the general stands.
No,
but
you were in the general stands, but when did you arrive? You arrived just as Uganda was kicking off.
That is the most important game. Okay, it's disrespectful to say what I was going to say.
Exactly.
But I was watching. I had to make it there to watch the game.
In short, to be honest with all of you, no, Syrus is honest. You, Ruben, Uganda has to play second last. In fact, if it were possible, we would play the last game.
All in all, they better win.
We are home.
We are home. Hey, we are home.
We cannot be given all this advantage. We cannot be given the right time slots, and then we lose again, guys. We need to stay in tier 1A. Bambi, if I could kneel down, I would kneel, but my ankles are bad. Bambi, guys, please win, please.
You took all your ankles.
I know you guys are not happy at some of the fans' banter, but please win.
You know, it's actually sometimes good to drop. Yeah, so that you go and regroup. Me, I'd like us to drop and we take this report card. Listen, and we take the report card to not the union. The union has done its part. The team has failed. That's you get. So we take the report card to the guys who are affecting the welfare of the players, not supporting them. The government of Uganda.
Dexta, the union has done its part.
Yes, it has. With my chest outside like this.
Don't agree with
all I know is I don't want to be in tier 1B watching Uganda play Lesotho, bro. No disrespect to Lesotho, but
I would actually like to see Uganda play Lesotho.
Don't do that.
Because
what you guys want is to host a tier 1B, and then they have already called you guys events.
What do you mean? Rock Boom is energizing the sport. What do you mean? We want more of that.
You want to also host a tier 1B.
Now look, there is no more rugby after this.
We have sevens coming up.
No, I mean internationally.
The placement game of Asia.
No, I mean in terms of Uganda surviving.
Yeah. We have Elgon Cup coming up.
You're going to play Elgon Cup. Kenya is going to come. We're going to beat them badly. In words.
Guys.
That's what we all
expect. As we leave this, because the weather is even starting to change, guys, your ideal lineup for Uganda to
we're going to leave this place.
Ruben, I leave that for you.
Okay.
You will make the squad, then me I'll just endorse.
Okay.
I'll say tick.
Kenya, let's go to the final. Let's talk about the final as we close. So Namibia, Zim, what are your thoughts? Who do you think is taking it, Syrus?
That's a hard one, man. Namibia has been to what? The last 4 World Cups? Last 8 World Cups.
All World Cups.
Zim was there.
Okay.
Then Namibia. Yeah. Of course, we're not counting South Africa.
Of course. Are they Africa?
Were your verdict? Very quickly.
Let's wrap it up.
I don't know why guys think it's Zim is a favorite, but it's Namibia, bro. Namibia.
Dexta, your thoughts?
Shout out to my boys, Chico.
But Zim, I want Zim to go through.
Chico.
My head tells me Namibia.
Mr. C. Chico. Hector, I need my jersey. I'm supporting Zimbabwe. You had better win. If you don't win, don't blame Uganda.
I think it's time for Zimbabwe to get back to the World Cup. Namibia has overrepresented us and they have not delivered. So let someone go there and also get their beating.
Yeah, man. Guys like Tapiwa.
Everyone deserves to get a beating.
Tapiwa should be in the World Cup.
Third place playoff.
Goes in, guys.
I don't like Kenya, but I'm going to support. I support Kenya for against Algeria. I will definitely support my neighbor Kenya.
So the second is going for the repechage.
Yeah, second we'll play repechage.
Yes.
The following week still at Nambole. We have so much.
Actually, with the way Namibia has gone to the World Cup, they should go for repechage and suffer, man. They've always been going straight.
Either way. But also, of course, Namibia has that experience at that level, so we expect them to know how to manage and see of such games.
But Algeria game, it was tight for like 5 minutes.
Watching Tapiwa Mafura play, very experienced. Ian Pryor's boot has been amazing. Hilton Mudariki, like Hector, they said, "Banang, we want jerseys." So we are Team Zimbabwe. We have us.
Team Zimbabwe. I got a selfie with Ian Pryor.
And Tapiwa.
You guys will not hear the end of me, man.
And Tapiwa Mafura, man.
Anyway, so guys, match day 3 this Saturday. Just make sure that you're in place to support. Remember the games starting with Senegal taking on Morocco 10 a.m. Then you'll have Algeria, Kenya at midday, Uganda, Ivory Coast at 2 p.m. and then Namibia taking on Zimbabwe at 4 p.m. The final round of the Rugby Africa Cup 2025. It's been actually very interesting. And also these conversations have been very, very particular. Thank you for all those that have been letting us know your thoughts in the comment section and also on social media. It has been a buzz with a lot of things, some rebuttals from players. It has been saucy. So people are reading, people are listening, people are watching, people are seeing everything. But what we want from our players, guys, just focus on the game, get us the W, let us remain in tier 1A. I don't want to watch, no disrespect, Uganda playing Rwanda, but
Ruben, you've cried for Uganda to perform. What's your prediction of the game? Uganda versus Ivory Coast.
I'd rather give you a lineup than a prediction.
You give me both.
Next time,
very quickly. 3, 2, 1, enter.
I think Uganda is going to win by 31 points to 22. Uganda 31, Ivory Coast 22. And the team I think should be playing. But why am I putting myself on the line like
the
this?
team? Proceed.
My backs, I want Conrad to start.
Number 9.
At 9. Mm-hmm. I want Joseph back at 10 for experience. I want 11 being Adrian. I want 12 being who was playing 12 the other time?
Massa
is injured.
12 was Joseph.
No, I actually want a 10-12 playmaker axis of I want Liam Walker, then I want Joseph Areda at 12. I want Timothy Kisiga at 13. 14, I want Claudio Tema back in the team. And fullback, let us have our man Filippo Korach.
Hey, fullback.
The forwards.
So Adrian is another wing.
Yes.
I thought you'd say Ian Munyani fullback.
Maybe.
Let the man rest.
No, he can come off the bench.
Ian can play that number. Ian can actually play number 9.
The forwards, Santos Senteza, Fahad Maido, Nathan Bwambali, my hookers, my second row rather, I'm still thinking of Julius Opio as a very good line-out option. I think there should be a switch. I think Elif Azemong should start as a 5, 6, 7, 8. I want 8 to be Desire Era. I want 7.
Has Desire featured yet?
No. I want Desire to be 8. I want Pius to be 7. I want Chidega to be 6.
Okay.
That's my starting 15.
Thank you very much.
You know my handle, guys, for those that want to attack. Otherwise, guys, thank you for being part of this match day preview. Let us know what you guys think.
You didn't take my prediction.
You want to predict? Some of you
we
guys,
are not taking other people's predictions.
Some of you guys are afraid
we'll win the game,
of the backlash.
probably like 34-24 maybe.
Similar score, like 31-22.
He just added
3 points and a conversion.
These coaches of these days. Anyway, guys, see you.
You guys are joking.
May we share a beer on Saturday? Cheers.
No, me, I'll not be drinking beer. I'll be doing rock boom only. I think I'll be in that You know where to find
The
me.
formula is hydrate, take a rock boom so that you can have the energy to support. Then you drink a beer. Then you hydrate. Then you
drink a beer.
cycle.
You want
Cycle is
to,
like
you want that clip of
hyper.
Bakwe, they give you rock boom, then they beat you.
Yeah, guys.
You want to do that for the Ivorians.
That's money
You give them rock boom. Bakwe energy to be beat.
Guys, see you. Chill these guys.